Long way, get this shit a long way, hit the long way, long way, hit the long way, 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 shit, long way, long shit, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, long way, shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get the shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way. Tryna get money every single day. Get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, yeah. No, we gotta finish rich, no, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich. She don't understand, niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit, tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get this shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree. Yeah, told you the other day that did my phone strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a phone way. My name is Tori, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Tori. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, man. Said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I went and got some money, yeah. We gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. Man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We got 'em wearing masks, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for me, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, 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 yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Let me remove this. You know, so crazy how the reason why I love this intro so good, and it's almost like it was naturally made for this channel, right? As the different types of money from different countries fall, right? If every one of those countries are capitalists, that's all I need to know. It doesn't matter what the money is, because you got to remember, no currency exists for debt slaves in capitalist economies, because the majority must be debt slaves for a capitalist economy to work. That's why it's psychological, right? So it doesn't matter the money. So when I watch that money fall, I'm just like, man, that fits perfect. I guarantee you most of that money is in capitalist economies. Bet you most of it is. That's all I need to know. What's up, Robert, Zeke? You guys enjoyed that show yesterday? That was good. I like doing Young Grump show, man. I really do. It's very enjoyable. He's clearly proud to call himself a conscious debt slave, right? Which is a badge of honor, really, right? But unconscious debt slaves don't know that. Anyway, welcome to the channel. My name is LJ Young, and I am the founder of SMD. SMD is a family. I'm LJ. LJ is part of the SMD family. This is a family, okay? And I am here to share my gift, and I have a financial gift, okay? I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That's my gift in all capitalist economies. All right, I'm gonna say that one more time. I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically in all capitalist economies. Why? Because all capitalist economies are psychological. Doesn't matter if you believe me or not. Remember, everything I say to you, I can prove with a calculator. Now, if you choose not to believe the calculator, That is because you are what's called an unconscious slave. Unconscious slaves cannot see negative numbers. So you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean? I always like to use this example for the people that believe they're homeowners with mortgages. Open up your calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance, like what you have left owed on the house, and then hit enter. Now, as you're looking at the calculator, I just want you to listen to the sound of my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you cannot see negative numbers psychologically. You can obviously see negative numbers physically because you're looking at the calculator now. Okay? That's why I have a gift. That's my gift. I believe the calculator. I believe the calculator and you don't. Okay. I'm just trying to make it real stuff, like fancy superpower stuff. But all I'm saying is that I believe the calculator and you don't. But the psychological part is true. I have the ability to see negative numbers psychologically because the economy, all capitalist economies are psychological. No currency exists for debt slaves, nothing. Gold, paper, silver, cryptocurrency, most definitely not cryptocurrency. That is just totally made up. It's like they don't know paper money doesn't exist for them. They don't know gold, silver, platinum, diamonds, nothing. Imagine what the kind of financial abuse they're going to do to debt slaves with cryptocurrency. Why? Because they don't know. No matter how many times you tell them. You could walk up to a debt slave and say, hey, you know what? You do know if they didn't break Bitcoin up in Bitcoin crumbs, you couldn't play, right? Because you can't afford a $64,000 coin, right? Correct. That's why they break it up, so you guys can play and be used. It would not work without you. If they only sold Bitcoins and whole coins, guess what? It would disappear because you guys couldn't play. So they break it up in Bitcoin crumbs so you guys can play. Just like cars, house payments, car payments, credit card payments. Because you guys have no money to buy anything. Nothing. Now, this is a very, very difficult pill to swallow. It's up to you if you want to keep living like a debt slave, go right ahead. Keep on doing it. Now, I say this because I didn't wake up till age 40, and I'm turning 52 next month. 52. And I didn't wake up till age 40. College educated, 6-figure, cloud engineer, all that with the debt matrix says, hey, you're a high valued man because you make 6 figures and only certain small percentage of people make it to 6 figures. All that bullshit. It's bullshit. It's a program. Because guess what? I achieved it. And when I got there, this is what I said to myself. Now what? That's what I said to myself. Now what? What happens from here? Once you achieve the 6-figure college educated, nice career having person. I said, now what? Now, you know what? Now what? I didn't own nothing. None of what I've seen around me, my car, my house, where I live, my clothes, nothing. Because I was double my salary in debt. I was a high value debt slave. Sure was. You better believe it. Sure was. I didn't know that I was an unconscious debt slave. I was just doing the same thing millions of other people doing, thinking financing cars is normal, financing phones and furniture and TVs and microwaves and, refrigerator with LCD screens in them, making payments on a fucking refrigerator. Can you imagine how many people are doing that? They have no idea what they're doing when they do that. Till one day I woke up, found Mr. Ramsey, Dave Ramsey. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I could have did it. Found him. Basically, Dave said, take the arithmetic that we all learned in elementary school and apply it to your finances using these baby steps. That's the basics of the whole deal. And I said to myself, Mr. College educated engineer, it can't be that easy. I say the same. I was saying the same things as the debt slaves say to me when I talk about what I talk about. They, oh man, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. That's exactly what I said. I said, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it, but they're not. That's obviously that they're not. There's trillions of dollars in student loan debt that is crystal clear that they're not. So I followed Mr. Ramsey's baby steps and voila, freed myself. Sure did. Once I got to zero, everything changed because I had never been at zero before in my whole entire adult life. Never. In the debt matrix, you always taught about, can you live off $1 million today? Can you live off of $2 million today? Can you live off of 5 million? And then they do all these high valuations. None of that, all that is just made up stuff. All you got to do is get to zero, and you'll know exactly how much money you need to live for the rest of your life. You'll know exactly how much. It's not a guess. You just have to own yourself first. You got to own yourself first. Living with debt, I thought that was normal. You know how much stress debt is on your life? I didn't know that until I freed myself. I was like, holy shit. You mean I don't have to live with this every day? Nope. No. You mean I don't have to go to work and kiss the manager's ass by working for free, working overtime, staying late, not getting paid for it? Nope. Only slaves work for free. Only slaves do that. When you become like when I was getting out of my journey, right? I worked for one more year. Before I quit my job, I worked for one more year as a debt-free person. A job is a totally different experience when you're debt-free because you know you don't have to be there because you're debt-free and you got money in the bank. So that 1 year experience changed my total. I was like, wait a minute. I've been answering emails after work hours, getting calls when I wasn't on call because I was the best person at in this particular area of my expertise. You know what I would do? I would get up and answer the call, answer the text message, answer emails. You know what? That means if I'm doing that, they own 24 hours of my life. While they're paying me 40 a week, they own 24 hours of my life. That's what it means. I didn't notice that until I was debt free. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh no. You know what I stopped doing? Bringing home my phone, stop bringing home my laptop. Why? I'm not on call. That would have now today, I would never allow that. That's why because you got to remember, there are debt-free people that have jobs. I want you to understand something. People always say, hey, if you're debt-free, why don't you quit your job? No, there's debt-free people that have jobs. This is why they tell you at a job never to discuss your salary amongst each other. Don't you find that weird? Hey, you guys, don't be talking about your salary amongst each other, right? But if you know everybody makes supposed to make the same amount at work, you get hired. This is how much they make, and then if you get to this step, you're that. Then everybody already knows why. Then why are they telling you not to tell each other? Because people who are debt free, they come in and tell them the salary that they're going to work for. It doesn't go according to some chart going 5E step 6, and then you be here 2 years. No, we walk in and say, this is how much you're paying me for my service, or else I'm not working here. Now, I know for most of you, that's hard to believe, but if you've never been debt free, you can never know what I'm talking about. So after I quit my job and grew fast forward till now, 2021, I have the answer. The ability to see negative numbers psychologically. That is clearly the answer. And then once you're out of the debt matrix, you can see how it all works. Everything is crystal clear, and there are rules. You know what the number one rule is? Don't disrespect the system. What do I mean by that? Pay your taxes properly. That's what that means. You know why? Because you don't have to cheat. You don't have to. That's why tax evasion is so severe, because you don't have to do it, and you're messing with the backbone of the whole economy. Because if they didn't force you to play, you wouldn't play. You think if they let you guys voluntarily pay your taxes, you guys would pay them? Of course not. You continue to let debt slaves run around, talk about taxes are bad and evil, and they're messing up their too much taxes and tax. None of that is true. That's a program. When you hear people start adding their feelings to taxes, you know they don't understand how they work. Hey, taxes are bad. What are you calling taxes bad for? Taxes are just taxes. Taxes are just so bad and evil. I'm like, what? Taxes are just taxes. They're not anything. So once you get out of debt matrix, this is what SMD teaches you. It teaches you to own yourself. We teach you how to own yourself. Shout out to HQ for the $2 super chat, sir. I didn't see that. How you LJ? I bet you good debt free peace. I'm always at peace. Always. Once you own yourself, I promise you, you are at instant peace. Instant. Always at peace. Appreciate it. I'm just an alien, that young. Hey man, you guys are. I'm glad you guys really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed doing that too. I really did enjoy doing that too. So after Mr. Ramsey taught me what I am today, I said I took what I learned from him, and I stripped out the religion. I stripped out saying start putting away 15% away in retirement once you pay off all your debt and get down just to your mortgage, because according to the laws of mathematics, you can't do that. So I stripped that out, because when something doesn't make mathematical sense, that's called business. Okay. It's not bad. It's not evil. It's not wrong. It's not doing anything. I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. That's called business. Okay. I stripped that out. And then I bring you guys into a damn near different financial dimension, because obviously millions of people don't know what I'm teaching you. And I want you guys to understand something. They can't hear what I'm saying. I know you guys think it's weird or Twilight Zone-ish or something like that, but they can't hear me. They clearly hear I'm speaking English. Don't get me wrong, but they don't know what I'm saying, because they are unconscious slaves that cannot see negative numbers psychologically. Debt slaves believe you can buy a house with a mortgage. Debt slaves believe you can put away money in retirement while having mortgage and student loan debt. There are professional tax accountants out there with student loan debt older than their business. There are financial advisors out there, professional people, telling you to invest while having student loan debt. The majority, if you weren't unconscious, you could clearly see that makes absolutely no mathematical sense. It makes no sense on a calculator anywhere in the world. You know what that's called? That's called business. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not illegal. They're not doing anything bad to you. They're just taking advantage of the fact that you cannot see negative numbers. That's what they're taking advantage of. The fact is, that's how the banks work. That's called the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a space where you can buy things with absolutely no money. That's called the debt matrix. Because if you understood the only way to buy a house is in cash, you would automatically know that that means you cannot buy a house with a mortgage. If you're walking around calling yourself a homeowner with a 30-year mortgage, you clearly don't trust the calculator. Clearly. If you believe you own the, you have the, if you added the equity into your financial portfolio to a house that you didn't even have the money to buy, you clearly don't trust the calculator. Clearly. You won't live in that world anymore. That world will be over. You won't live there. You'll let them be, because the majority must remain in debt. That's part of the program. They must remain in debt. Without them believing they're homeowners with mortgages, the housing market couldn't exist. You understand? It couldn't exist. It could not exist. And the younger you get this and understand this, you'll naturally take this and pass it down to your children and create generational wealth. That's what you'll do. Right out in the open, right for everybody to see. That's the best part about capitalist economies. It's right there in the open. You can choose what you want. It's a choice. It's not good, bad, nothing. It's just there. And then when you're born, they say, here's the rules. Hey, check this out. You're in this kind of economy, and here's the rules. Now, if you choose to read the rules or not, that's totally up to you. It's totally up to you if you want to read the rules or not. Like, let me give you an example. Out of all the years of the game, the Monopoly board game, I want you to ask yourself, have you ever read the rules on the box yourself? Or did somebody always tell you the rules of the game? As soon as you sat down, okay, this is how we're going to play. Never once did you stop and say, hey, man, let me see that top. Let me see what the rules actually are. Half the way people play the Monopoly game, none of that stuff is on the rules of the box. That's all made up. None of that is real. None of it exists. Put all the money under park here, jail, get out of, you know what I'm saying? Put money in the middle of the board. None of that is nowhere, anywhere on the box. That's the same thing. So once you're out, guess what? The rules are totally different. Oh, these are the real rules. Yes, these are the real rules. None of this would work without debt slaves. Now, yesterday we kind of touched on PPP fraud, right? And well, we name it as like a prison placement program, right? But none of this will, especially when you're young. I want you guys to really understand something, okay? And what I'm about to tell you, that this is just my opinion. PPP fraud money was so easy to get. I mean, it's almost like when you go apply for student loan debt. It was just so easy. You could just lie and do something easy and just do it and get more money than they've ever had in their life. I mean, telling everybody on the internet, Facebook, hey, talk to me. I can help you get this and that. And people were just doing it in droves. That's how they make slaves. That's how slaves are made. Because before you sign the paperwork, it clearly says, hey, man, if you lie on this, that's a federal offense. Federal. They tell you that, and then they say, hey, when you get this money, you got to be used for this. These are the rules, and blah, 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 blah. Do you understand? Once you press send on a fraudulent application, that's it. That's it. It's game over. Now they own you. They own you because you'll never be able to pay back the amount of money you stole. plus penalties and fees? You never. Now they own you and you're a felon. Can you imagine that? Imagine that. You have no debt, you're free, you have no record, and then you fall for what all the other debt slaves did, and now you're a felon, and now you got to pay back more money that you haven't even made in your life, plus penalties and fees. That means they own you for life. Because the only way you could be free, you have to pay back all that money as a felon. Imagine the young people that did it and got got $1,000 of fraudulent PPP money. $1,000. Now you're a felon from a federal crime for $1,000. Your whole entire life changed. Slaves, debt slaves. Do you know what kind of strong of a mind you would have to even comprehend, to understand what I'm trying to tell you when you're like that? When you're that deep in the system, hey man, good luck. I mean, you got to have a strong mind to even come close to understand what I'm talking about. Sometimes I think about myself today and some of the penitentiary chances I took in my 20s. Oh my God, for worthless pieces of paper. Only a slave, listen, only a debt slave would risk the time in their life for worthless pieces of paper. Time is the most valuable thing on earth, not money, it's time. The majority of people are trapped, and the majority of people that do that, they got student loan debt, all credit card debt buried forever. Because you can't once that happens, you cannot bankrupt a penalty money thing. You can't. That would defeat the purpose of the penalty. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. When I be watching that on, I just be like, damn, they don't even know what they did. When you're outside the debt matrix, man, when you see these youngsters, they be doing stuff. And the best way I can say to a young person, if whatever it is that somebody's telling you to do, if it will risk the time in your life, it's not worth it. Hey man, just bring this over here, man. You can get $1,000. But if I get caught, what will I get? 10 years? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. You better not do that. You better not do that. For worthless pieces of paper, you better not. All you gotta do is Google how much they make $100 bill for. They make it for like 14 cents. Can you imagine doing selling some illegal drugs or legal drugs illegally, like $100 worth, and you get caught? Say and you was doing a deal with $100 bill. Then you go Google how much they made that $100 bill. They make it for 14 cents. Your whole life has changed for 14 cents. When you get outside the debt matrix, you see there are clearly rules, okay? Hey, here in America, we can sell our drugs, okay? But you can't. That's crystal clear. That's why you go to pharmacists and pick up your drugs. We can sell ours, but nobody else can, period. Okay, that's crystal clear to me. Understood. And this is what it is. It's like this. You got to remember, if you do, and this is what I hear. Now, you understand there's prison time and all that other stuff, but listen, but let's say it in a different way so you can really understand what it means. Hey, if you do, we are going to take away the time in your life. We're going to take away some of the time out of your life. That's what that should tell you how serious what we're talking about. You try to copy the money, we're going to take away some of the time out of your life. You can't get that back. That's it. That's done. When you're young, you just think you got plenty of it. Like you look at old people like you guaranteed to be old or something. It's crazy. Just because you see it, like when you're in your 20s and you see an old person that's 50 or 60, be like, oh, look at that old dude. You talk like that because you think you're gonna make it to that age. Like you're guaranteed to make it there or something. That's what's bananas. You understand how it works. From this view, you will look, your whole entire life will change forever. The younger you understand this. And I was thinking about this too today. I was thinking about this. I was thinking, I go into a different level when I talk about this kind of stuff so you guys can understand it. Like, if women adopt what I teach, let me tell you something. Do you know how the game will change if women adopted what I teach, especially as a young woman? Because it's already, like society makes it look like guys are, and no, it is like that. Guys are always after the woman, trying to fuck them and trying to, just doing and trying to impress them with cars and all this other stuff. Diamonds, look at my jewelry. This is what I do. And then a woman adopts this, what I teach, and clearly understands. Once you can see negative numbers, you can see all of that as a mirage. That's an illusion that they're doing. But the woman will know this and the men will not. They won't know that because they don't know this exists. Once the woman finds out the dude is making car payments, or he'll pull up in a nice car and he mentions car payments. That's it. The woman has right there. The woman would have to make a decision. She would immediately know he's a debt slave, and everything he's presenting to her is a mirage, is a mathematical illusion. Now, now, if she's in the mood and may just want to have, just sexual relations with him, she will keep it that way. She will know it's not going to go any further. No matter how good the sex may be, it will go no further because she will know she's having sexual relations with a debt slave. You never tie your feelings or biologically recreate with a debt slave. You would never do that, ever. Women, it would be what it is. A woman, because they always say, hey, women are more emotional. I promise you, once a woman that has this knowledge and owns herself, I promise you it would be different. I promise you. The game would change. The game would change. Women wouldn't be the way they because it's like, when you're out there, you think it's society makes it okay. It's okay for men to, have sex with all the women, but if the women do it to men, they're hoes. All that changes. You wouldn't care about what society says, like stuff that's stupid nonsense. Everything would change for you. I promise you. Because sometimes I'll be seeing these shows, man, and women will go up and let a person tell them who they are, their look, how they should look, how they shouldn't look. All that. Let me tell you something. You understand what I'm saying? As a woman, all that shit stops immediately. That stops. You'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did some stupid shit like that. Especially if you find out you were being judged by a debt slave. That would be the worst. You find out you are letting yourself be judged by a debt slave, by a person that don't even own themselves, trying to talk about you. Mm, mm. All that shit would stop. All of it. Boy, you guys don't know what I'm giving you guys for free. You guys don't even know. And everything I say, I can prove on a calculator. Do you understand that? People be called, hey man, we want to talk about your theory, the way your mind thinks. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the calculator. Why you guys keep focusing on me? You guys, most of you guys keep thinking I'm coming up with some conspiracy theory type of stuff, and oh, he's this and that. I'd be like, God damn, you guys be calling me all them names. I'm just talking. Stop looking at me and look at the calculator. That's the problem. You too focused in on me. You think I'm some guru or something? I don't think that. I trust the calculator. That's it. Once you understand this knowledge, then you'll stop associating yourself with people that are debt slaves. You won't care what debt slaves do. You won't care what kind of vacations they take. You won't care how many degrees they have. You won't care how big their house is, how many cars they have. You won't care what they do. Debt slaves do. Hey, man, if they want to continue to believe they own a house with a mortgage, you let them. That is no longer our business. That is the economy. What's up, Dr. Dunbar, sir? Welcome. You are welcome, sir. I'm just an alien says women that embrace the S&D principles will make better wives. The number one cause of divorce is debt. And that's true. You know, it's more and it's more just about the woman herself. Not even don't even consider yourself, hey, I'll make a better wife. Listen, when you own yourself, you're not going to accept any man in your life that doesn't own himself. You won't care about his profession, how he looks, how his body is, how good the sex is. If you find out this person has $200,000 of student loan debt and plans on paying on it his entire life, you won't care what he looks like. You'll be like, no, thank you. You're a debt slave. The women would be the ruthless ones. So say like a woman that owns herself, she's adopted the SMD principles and she now owns herself and understands what that means, and she decides to have sex with a debt slave. Guarantee you the woman would be just like this. Hey, we're about to have sex, but this is not going to change our relationship. Okay. I just want you to clearly understand. How many men that would shock if a woman would say that? Hey, before I want to have sex with you, I'm good to go, but I want to make sure this doesn't change anything. And then right after sex, she would reiterate that every single time. She would reiterate that. Hey, by the way, yeah, it was good, but this doesn't change anything. I want you to make sure you understand that. So don't be calling me and texting me, or I will never I will never bother looking at your phone. And you do the same to me. Don't look at my phone. Don't do none of that stuff. Okay. You know what dude would be like, what the sure would. You better believe it. I know you guys think I'm joking. I'm not. Your whole life would change forever. How do I know this? Because mine has. My life has changed forever. There is no going back. Once you cross over and you use the right terms, buy and buying, because debt slaves think buy They think buying is the same as buy. They sure do. Yes, they do. You think you can turn to a debt slave and say, "Hey, you do know you can't buy a house with a mortgage, right?" They're gonna look at you like, "What?" They're gonna glitch in the debt matrix. They're gonna be like, "What?" That's when they're gonna glitch out. Then they'll say some stuff like, "Oh, what are you talking about? All my friends do it. Millions of people do this. This is how it works." And this and they start running the program and they don't know it. Welcome to a different dimension of financing, the psychological part. When you understand lower class, middle class, upper classes, they don't even exist. Sure don't. Economic classes don't exist. Don't even exist. Try to tell a dead slave that, they'll be like, "What? What are you talking about? What do you mean? I googled it. It was there." Who told you that? Google? Google told you there's economic classes? Who told Google that's true? Who told Google that? Economic classes don't exist. There's only two classes: the debt class and the non-debt class. Those are the only two classes that exist. Can you imagine a young woman knowing this information like that? Just knowing that, just that would be a man. You guys would stop yourselves from letting debt slave men judge you like that. Because I'm telling you like this: once you own yourself, you won't care the opinions of debt slaves. Like if a debt slave came up to you and called you ugly, you'd be like, "Well, who cares what you think, debt slave? You don't even own yourself. And you calling me ugly? Who cares what you think?" Everything would bounce off of you, just bounce off you. Just like bullets on Superman, same thing. You know why? Because you'll be armed with the truth. I'm armed with the truth. Do you guys understand that? I'm armed with the truth. Can you imagine? I can never be wrong. I'm armed with the calculator. You guys don't understand how powerful that is, man. My wife is debt free and has always been debt free. I wasn't when we first met. She made it clear she wasn't going to be with me if that didn't change. That is crystal. Hey, man, that's crystal clear. You're right. Man, you're lucky that she even gave you a shot, because if you said the wrong word, she'd have been like, "I'm out. Sorry. Not dating no debt slaves." It is that serious, though. It is that serious. Because when you do what it takes, and my clients always tell me this, when you do what it takes, sorry about that, you put in that hard work, of course you're going to expect the person you're going to be with to put in that same hard work. You got to put in that work. Ain't no other way out of it. You got to put in that work to be free. You sure do. You got to put in that work. And they talk nonchalantly like car payments are normal. Everybody has student loan debt till they die. All that stuff. See ya, debt slaves. I hear that, Omanike. I don't give chances. They must be debt free. You have to be. You have to be. I can't, and it does count on your age too. I ain't got no, luckily I'm with somebody, but I ain't got no time to say, "Hey man, I'm gonna help you through and this and that." Nah, man, and it counts on how much debt you're in. Oh yeah, you gotta understand. Exactly. I ain't got no chance. I ain't got no time, because time is the most valuable thing on earth. It's time. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe I was given this gift at this age because I'm mature enough to not abuse it because I might have abused it when I was younger, probably so. Not in a way like hurting people, but just things because it's easy to do. It's easy to you guys don't understand how easy it would be for me to financially abuse debt slaves. Because you guys are getting financially abused every day. It's just called business. But there's some people that go over and beyond abusing you. Like, let me give you an example. Like those new payment systems coming out, buy here, pay later, that type of apps. Those people are financially abusing you. The earning app where they give you a check before you actually get your check, that they're financially abusing you. That's called financial abuse. Secured credit, that's financial abuse. What's the thing called where they overdraft protection? They charge you for overdraft protection. That's called financial abuse. Who are they protecting you from? Yourself. They're protecting you from you for a fee. The majority of debt slaves, they de- they depend on overdraft protection like it's literally a service that you must have. They literally treat it like a legitimate service, protecting you from yourself for a fee. Once you own yourself, you'll clearly just come out of the debt matrix and let the banks do what they do. That the banks run everything. Businesses know that every business, every business don't do or don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But understand something: the banks run everything. If they cut off listen, if the banks decide that they're going to cut off every single credit card in America, our economy would cease. It would stop. So that's crystal clear that they run everything. That's crystal clear to me. Understand the rules. Understood. Understood. It is what it is. Because debt slaves have no money. None. Zero. If credit didn't exist, our economy couldn't exist. Andre says aliens realize how serious being in debt really is. Okay, either by having to have climbed out of it or respect the debt for what it really is. Thank you, LJ. You're welcome, sir. Very welcome. I used to worship the credit score and finance cars. I don't blame Omanike. I'm grateful too. Yeah, I did. I did all that. What's up, Nick? The bank's financially abusing you. She's $500 minimum, and they charge you $20. Ain't that crazy? Like, let me give you guys what you don't see as a secured credit card. Okay, this is what you don't see. Okay, so like, which is so crazy. You got to be approved. This was crazy, man. You got to be approved for a secured credit card. That is bananas to me. Absolutely bananas. Maybe they do that to make it sound like it's important. I'm not quite sure why they approve you or not. I don't really get that. But anyway, say like you were approved to get a $500 secured credit card. Okay, so you take $500 that you earned, you give it to the bank, and then they give you back a piece of plastic. A piece of plastic with some numbers on it. Then they charge you interest on your own money for the privilege of using that piece of plastic. And then so they can report to the credit bureau that you paid them back your own money on time, right? So not only do they charge you interest on your own money, they take the money that you gave them and then they loan it out on the back end to other people like you. So they make money off of absolutely no investment of their own. None. Zero. No money. They make money off the money you give them for for the privilege of having a piece of plastic in your wallet or your purse. That is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. See shit like that? That shit like that commands respect. That commands it. Absolutely commands it. Exactly, Nick. Bragging that you the best slave. Mm. Money out of total thin air. You give them 500 cash, they give you a piece of plastic, charge you interest on your own money and loan your money out. Not only charge you interest and loan your money on the back end to other people like you. Absolutely, Brit, with no investment, with not one penny of their own money. None. You're so focused on that credit score, improving that credit score, improving that credit score, man. Appreciate you, Nick, man. Appreciate you, man. It's just a privilege, and I appreciate that $10 super chat. It's a privilege to me to be able to share this information with you at your age. You're never gonna know what it feels like to be in debt all the way up to my age. You'll never know what that feels like ever. You already know once you're debt free, you're stress free. And as you get older, Nick, it's going to get worse for the people around you. They're going to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper in debt. And there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you're going to be able to do is watch them do it. Watch them do it till one day, hopefully one of them say, "Hey, Nick, man, how come you're never stressed out, man? How come you never complaining about traffic and people and why?" And then you're going to say, "Hey, man, I ain't got no debt." And maybe they'll catch on, hopefully. So I appreciate that super chat, man. Thank you. Thank you. I love what I do. Absolutely love what I do. Hold on for a quick second here. Hold on. All right. All right. We got any newbies in the house? I want to talk to some new people. I really do. I want to talk to some new people. I'm going to put this link down here. I want to talk to some new people, the people that come in and just listen. Uh, too nervous to ask questions, maybe. I'm not sure. Right. If you're new to the channel or you never heard a channel like this before, and maybe you want to ask some questions. Maybe there's some questions you've been walking around, especially young, man. You don't know what to do. What's the right career? Oh my God, how much money I have to make to get that kind of house? All these things are going through your brain because everybody's telling you you have to have good credit to get it. Everybody's telling you, hey, you gotta have your credit. None of that is true. Okay. That's why it doesn't make any sense because it's not true. Okay. You don't need credit to buy a house. Okay. That's not true. You don't need credit to buy a car, a house, a phone, a microwave, a washer, dryer. You don't need credit to buy anything. You walk in, drop the dough, and you walk out. You think that if you're walking in with cash, do you think they care about your credit? No. You walk in, you pay cash, and you leave. There are no credit discussions. You don't want to be those people that sit and wait for 2 hours to be approved for some furniture. You don't want to be those people. Be at the store for 2 hours trying to get approved to finance a couch. That's called financial abuse. Do you understand? If you waste 2 hours of your life trying to finance a piece of depreciating furniture, that's a problem. You obviously don't own the time in your life. You don't want that to be you. You don't want to be that person sitting on the car lot for 8 hours trying to be approved to get one car. You don't want that to be you. That's called financial abuse. You understand? That's financial abuse. What's up, Andre?
Good evening, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. I'm, just listening to the content and enjoying it.
Hmm.
My sister is getting her and her husband. They're getting ready to start their own freight company. They finna buy. They finna lease a truck. They finna go out here and finance a truck and do that all that. And I'm gonna do it part time. You know, on the weekends since I started this new job. But I just want to let you know, man, just because knowing you and the stuff you've been telling me, I would have did it the exact opposite if I hadn't ran into you and you hadn't rescued me from the matrix. Because what I would have done is I would have went out and financed me a truck to get on these, these low boards, especially with this Amazon, these Amazon relay boards. I would have did that, and just started, financing a truck just to get into more debt. And they was it. I think my sister wanted me to do that, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I've been in debt. I've been working for 35 years. I've been in debt for 35 years. I'm done. I'm going to work part time and save up my money so I can buy a truck. I don't care if it's a hoopty or anything, because at least if it does break down on me, I'd rather have a truck that's broke down that I actually own than a truck that breaks down on me and I still have to pay the you know you still have to pay
Exactly.
for it. So I thank
Exactly.
you, man. I thank God for you, really. That's
Hey,
all I
man, I
wanted to say.
appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that, man. And it's like I said, it's about sharing. And you take that and you put now that it's in you, it's just gonna grow and grow and grow, and it just you just won't be getting financially abused no more.
And then that's it.
That'll
35
do it.
years of working, 35 years in debt. I'm done.
Yeah. Thank God that you learned you woke up before me, so congratulations. Because I didn't wake up to like 40 something.
Well, I'm 54, so but that's okay. I
Hmm.
don't look at my past. I'm just
Nah,
focused on the future.
nah, man. No, just be happy that you're awake.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
tell me. Say that.
Yeah.
Say that.
Because I used to
That-
kind of trip on it. When I first woke up, I was like, damn, man, if I would have woke up in my 20.
Yep.
No, I'm just happy I'm awake
Yeah.
to actually get to experience some freedom.
Just, man, that's it.
You
I
know
mean,
what
I'm
I'm saying?
7,000 and counting. I'm almost there, man. I'm
Almost
almost there.
there.
I mean, I'm gonna
Almost
pay the
there.
7,000 before I get the people say, "Man, get that then." No, I'm paying off my debt before I even, man. Ooh, I can't.
You know how
Man, I
many
think.
millions of people wish they were down to $7,000?
Yeah, I had to realize
Millions
that.
of people. Millions. So yeah, man, I appreciate you, man.
Yep, I appreciate you, man. Have a good one. I'll be listening.
Okay, cool, man. Thanks for jumping up.
Yeah.
What you say live? What's up, LJ? Recently sold my car and called to cancel my car insurance. The agent asked me if I wanted to purchase a non-owner car insurance. What the The agent asked me if I wanted to purchase a non-owner car insurance policy. What the that hey man, I guess that's his business. I had to reread that. I was like, what? Purchase some insurance when I don't have a car? Okay, no. Probably some kind of insurance, like maybe if your friends let them drive their car, you'll be covered or something like that. That's what it sounds like. Nick says, I remember that too. Hey man, I remember that, Nick. Ooh, I remember that. Abuse. I mean, now that you're out, you can clearly see that it's abuse, but when you're in it, there's a whole bunch of tables set up there for a whole bunch of people like you sitting at these tables waiting to get approved, waiting all day to get approved for a car, believing that it's normal. So you just think you just fit right in. When you step out, you're like, damn, they did me like that in public, in front of, and then you think back, probably for surely the owner of the dealership, they obviously know if it's a big ass dealership owned by somebody, that person clearly knows. Okay. So can you imagine them, probably their family members, just, I mean, it's a business, it's nothing personal. Okay. It's still business, but it's like, damn, you know what kind of debt slave you got to be to spend 3 to 4 to 5 hours at a car lot trying to be approved for some debt? They got to be laughing in that back room. They got to be cracking up, just cashing in. Finance a car for you for 84 months. Can you imagine that? Signing up to finance a car for 84 months. That's 7 years of making payments on something that's going down in value every time you turn the key and get on the road. The odometer just that you know the odometer? That's money. Just think about, like, when you look at the mileage on your car, be like, "Whoa, that's a lot of money." No, turn that into money. Negatively for you, positively for the bank. Okay, let me make sure you say that one more time. When you see that odometer doing that, negatively for you, positively for the bank. They don't care about that worthless, depreciating crap. Debt slaves do, because you're financing them. It's already a depreciating thing, and you're gonna finance it. Debt slaves know cars go down in value. They know this, and they finance them. Oh, they got some car loans out there longer than 84 months. I heard they're going out to some car loans going out to like 12 years. Can you imagine that? A 12-year car loan? Now, if it's, of course, it'll be a really, really nice car. So the people on the outside will think the person that owns it has money. But on the inside, this person's making 12-year car payments. Can you imagine the banks, the institutions that finance people for, you know how much money they're making? They are making so much money. All that shit is front loaded, all of it. Because if you signed up for a 12-year car loan, there's no way you're going to make it to the end. That car won't even make it to the end. Because you sure, if you got a 12-year car loan, you ain't got the money to fix it. How do I know this? Because you got a 12-year car loan. You got an 84-month car loan. You don't have the money to fix the car. You don't. Why? Because you got an 84-month car loan. See how they financially abuse you? That's what they do to debt slaves. That's important. That's business. You see CarMax? You see CarMax car lot? They look like football fields. You think that's from people paying cash for cars? No, that's from people financing cars. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They got that shit set up nice too. Nice. They be getting some nice cars, making the debt slaves feel like they're worth more than what they are. I don't know how they do it. Maybe because they do so much volume. I don't know. Ooh, 15-year. Yesterday, looking up truck dealers, I saw 15-year notes, and that was the minimum. You talking about like regular everyday trucks, or you talking about like work trucks or something like that? Wow. I will have my new Presse car next year. We'll pay it cash. What is a PRESSE car? What is that? Oh, pre-used. Okay. I'm like, what? I heard that. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, commercial truck. I figured that's for, wow. Let me tell you guys something. It's how debt slaves are made. That's how they're created. Okay. Without debt slaves, the economy couldn't exist. Now, if you want to remain, it's totally up to you. If you want, like, once you wake up and then you realize all your friends and the majority of your family are debt slaves, it's going to be, you can't really get rid of your family, but you're probably going to start changing friends. How do I know this? Because that's what I had to do. I had to do it myself. Everything I'm telling you guys about, I had to do first. because I didn't know it exists. I didn't know debt-free existed. I thought debt was part of life. I thought everybody had mortgages and car payments. I thought everybody did that. I remember going to, especially as a young man in my late 20s, early 30s, start my career. I thought traffic was just part of life. I thought I had to be in traffic every single day. This is just the way it's going to be, and complaining about it. I didn't know I had a choice. I did not know I had a choice. I didn't know the very thing that was keeping me in traffic on the freeways is the thing that was keeping me there, car payments. I was paying to be in traffic. And then they just pick you guys off like shooting fish in a barrel. Then they start, you get frustrated, then they get traffic, and then they start giving you tickets, then charge you for carpool lanes, then start tolling the freeways. Man, they be just stripping your pockets before you even get to work. Do you understand that? They strip your pockets before you even get to work. In the very thing that's keeping you there, car payments. You'd be like, oh man, look at all this traffic. And then instead of extending the freeway, they'll add 2 carpool lanes, making traffic even worse. And then they just make you just jump into the car. Oh, maybe I'll get away with it this time. And then you get caught. Even more money. Fish in a barrel. You're putting yourself there. You think I knew that? I didn't know that. I did not know that. I mean, it's bad when people start putting dummies in their car, pretending they're riders. That's bad. If you're going that far as placing a dummy in your car so you can ride in the carpool lane, that's a problem. That's a serious financial problem. You don't have to be in that traffic every day. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. Out of 7 days of the week, your employer owns 5. Yeah, you don't have to live like that. That's a clear definition. If you don't own yourself. There's 7 days in a week, and your employer owns Monday through Friday. They own 5 of the 7. You clearly don't own yourself. You clearly don't own the time in your life. You clearly don't own it. That's crystal clear. What you gonna do about it? Ain't nobody holding you back. Now that I'm free, I'm debt free. Hey, man, the rich are not evil. People with money are not bad. They're not holding you back. They're not trying to keep you down. They understand there's plenty for everybody, but you must first understand the rules first. Rule number 1, you must own yourself. You must own yourself. Right. Finance the dummy in the car. Man, I remember used to sit in that traffic. I used to say to myself, damn, man. And then you look around, everybody's face is looking just like yours. Can you imagine being that every day for 20 years? Of course, some people are going to fucking snap. Of course. Spend more time. It's just like a regular running program. Spend more time at work. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're building up a relationship with somebody at work, just like you. They don't think like this. Hey, the reason why we're probably having an affair because we're always at work. That means we're in the same situation. And then they get together, realize they got to be at work. It just goes on and on and on. That's how it happens. Once you wake up, all that changes. That all stops. Now, I'm not saying once you get debt free, quit your job. I'm not saying that. Okay. All I'm saying is this: in order to break the 40-hour work week program, you can't have a job. That's all I'm saying. You can't. Again, I'm not saying quit your job. All I'm saying is this: if you ever want to break the 40-hour work week program, you can't have a job. That's all I'm saying. You got to create. You got to create a business. You got to create something that can be given to the public. You got to create something. You have to create something of value that people will pay for. Not the fake value, true value. Like what I do is true value. It's true value. Mine changes people's lives forever. It changes people's lives forever. Nobody will say, anybody that come to SMD, they will never say, I don't care if it's 10 years from now, 20 years from now, they will say, hey man, what was that guy's name, man? He helped me get out of debt. God, I know it's right at the tip of my tongue, man. What? That will never happen. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that will never happen. Yeah, he was black. He was one black dude. He used to always make videos. Oh, what was his name? That will never happen. We got any new people in the channel? Today's Q&A Sunday is for you to answer any personal finance questions. Maybe you're stuck. You don't know what to do. Don't know. You keep getting raises. You can't figure out why you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Why you're using buy now, pay later apps on your phone, earning app, all that stuff. You want to know why you're doing that? Because that's called financial abuse. Uses services like a firm. A firm does that. Look up the firm, and this is nothing negative to a firm. I want to make sure you guys clearly understand. That's called business. What a firm is doing is brilliant. Okay, let me just make sure that is clear. What a firm is doing, what the earning app is doing, all that kind of stuff, that shit is brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That buy now they're getting in, cutting in on the credit card business without having a credit card. They just teamed up with stores like Target and Walmart. You can say, hey, yeah, I got the Affirm app. You sure do? Go ahead, use it up. Now they got you. Because they know if you're using apps like that, you are in serious financial trouble. Seriously. Because you see Walmart, they dropped layaway. They were like, F that. We ain't making no money off no layaway. And then they switched over to the Affirm app. Now everybody's winning. Customer gets their stuff right away. Walmart gets their money right away, and all the risk is now on Affirm. Affirm is assuming all the risk. To people and now these people are high risk people. High risk. Because only people with no money would ever use such an app or apps, plural. Brilliant. Congratulations, Affirm. Congratulations. Target, Walmart, all you guys. Congratulations. Once you step out the debt matrix, you have a new found respect for big businesses. Target, big, Walmart. You just have a totally different respect for them. If you guys didn't catch that show with Young Grump, I suggest you do. Yeah, did I post that in here? Let me see. It was a good one. I did not expect that thing to go 3 hours. That was a long one. Just a second. I'm gonna get the link here. Sorry about that. Hold up. Oh, close that. There we go. 1 second. I'm just gonna get this link just in case if you guys missed it. It's a good one. Young Grump had some good questions. 3 hours. I was like, woo, I was pushing it. There we go. There's the link. If you missed it, it was a good one. When I do panels like that, it's more practice. Uh, you guys will start to notice that I'm less, less emotions in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't put really, it's like, by the question, like the question they ask, I already know why they're asking it. So I have to learn to be more patient, because I just want them to finish up their question, because they always try to do it in a way to where it's trying to come at a different way of trying to get around mathematics, right? It's just funny to watch, but I got to be more patient just to watch him. Okay, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to say come around this way, but what happens if this and that? And it's like, nope, can't do anything. So it was good. I liked it. Man, people be this, like I said, this Q&A Sunday is for you guys, man. This really is for you guys. And I know it's probably intimidating. It's really intimidating for what I teach, maybe with my delivery. I don't know. I don't know how to be not me. Okay. But get it while it's free. It's one day. 2022. I know it's more 2022 is my year for sure. It is my year. Something big is gonna really big happen, and that's gonna be it. Right. And then it's not gonna be cheap anymore. But you're right. Oh, I'll always be me. Believe that. Always be me. No matter how, you guys will know right away. That's why if I just be me the whole time since I've started, you guys will know money's not going to change me from being me. It's just not going to change it. I'm going to still be me. Because it'll be easy to see if I did. You guys will see that from a mile away if I did change. That would be obvious. Any questions? Any questions? I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm starting to get kind of bored of it, honestly. I really am. Because again, when you get out of debt, time is the most valuable thing on earth. It's time. And then when that feeling there's a feeling that comes into you and it says, hey, I think you started to waste your time here. It's like, okay. Not saying that it's going to stop. Maybe it's time to change something. I'm just saying maybe this particular part of this Q&A Sunday is going to have to change to something else. That's all I'm saying. Not stop stop making videos forever. No, something just would change, but this would stop, because it's not really I don't know. It's not really being productive or something. I'm not sure what that is. Right. I bet you have, man. I bet you have, Antoine. Bet you have, man. I got you. Man, it's like 3-4 people have made some major house decisions. Right? Major. He said tunnel. I know you can't help it. It's like this. And I told my other friend, he got tunnel vision paying off his house too. I told him just like this. And so I said, what you gonna do with yourself when the house is finally paid off? What you gonna do then? What you gonna do with all that energy then? Well, now what? Because you're debt free with a paid off house. You're gonna be like, okay, oh man, now what? That's what you better start thinking about. How do you truly feel about business debt? Should you chances? Business debt, I'm cool with business debt. If you own yourself, I'm not against business debt, because business debt is different, Andre. It's not the same as personal debt. Okay, business debt is different. Like, put it this way. Say like you're debt free, okay, personally, and you have money from your job, right? And say like you got a truck for your business. You would start to earn, you would get, and you got a loan to get that truck, and you started to earn money with that truck. The money that you earn from the truck doesn't come to you. It goes straight back into the loan of paying that off, right? None of that earned money come to you, and you get a professional to set this up. When I'm saying to, because I'm not a professional, I'm telling you to hire a debt-free tax professional person. That money that you earn from the truck doesn't come back to you. It's like damn near putting something in a microwave and then it'll ding when it's paid off. So not only with the money being earned from the truck, the taxes being saved, everything that's going to go back that you can write off with truck, blah, 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 depreciation, all that stuff that goes into it, it will pay that truck off faster. None of the profits that are earned from that truck come to you personally. And that's okay because you're debt free and you probably got another side part-time job that's paying your personal bills anyway. You see what I'm saying? That'll pay that truck off so fast, your head will spin. Yes, you must clear your debt first. Yes. And clearing your debt first, that's for you, Andre. You know, that's like saying, should I stay a slave a little bit longer or what? Should I stay a debt slave a little longer for a truck? If you're cool with staying a debt slave a little bit longer, hey man, that's totally up to you. But just remember, you're gonna be a debt slave. Own yourself first. Exactly. Own yourself first. I promise you, Andre, once you have to know what that feels like first. Once you know what it feels like, you'll know exactly what to do. Okay? But you don't know what it's like to be free yet, so you don't know yet. What's up, Enigma? All right, man. Any questions? We're down to hour 22. All right. I'm gonna give about to 1:30, 8 more minutes, then we're getting out of here. Time to close up shop. What's up, Gabriel? Yes, every day it becomes more and more clear. And every day I have more and more respect for it because it's psychological. I'm glad I have the ability to see negative numbers in the psychological economy. Thank God. What a gift. Better believe it. It's a truly a gift. Sure is. It's a superpower. To be able to see things, I can talk about it out loud. They can't even hear me. Debt slaves have no idea what I'm saying. None. Zero. They don't have no idea. What's he talking about? Trust the calculator. It's only about math. You can't buy a house with a mortgage. They have no idea what I'm talking about. None. What do you mean? Millions of people do it. Well, man, it doesn't matter what millions of people are doing. It sure is on Monique. Watching TV is totally different. I got specific shows I watch. I watch Judge Judy. Been loving her for 20 years. I like watching Judge Judy. Love that show. Now she's on a different she's got a show on IDMDB TV or something like that. So you got to watch some commercials to watch her show, but I'm cool with it. They got rid of her bailiff. He's not there no more. I know he was hot, but he got a little too comfortable, man. He started bothering me on the show. Really. He's like, she would ask him to go get some papers from one of the client or the defendant or the accuser, whatever, right? He had like an attitude because he had to walk up to go get the papers. Or he's just back there playing a crossword puzzle and like we're disturbing him or something. It was just like, okay, yeah, he gotta go, man. He got a little too comfortable. Anyway. All right, you guys have any questions? Any further questions? Any questions at all? If you didn't catch that show, all right, SavingsMinusDebt.com. If you want a consultation, let me know. There's my Cash App right there. Savings Minus Debt is my Cash App. SavingsMinusDebt.com or email me at SavingsMinusDebt@gmail.com. If you want to buy a shirt, there it goes scrolling along the bottom there. please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at SavingsMinusDebt too. I'm over there. Sometimes I don't really go too much over there all the time, but yeah. Yeah, I love Judge Judy, man. That's my show right there. Even the new one, I don't really, the talking, she got some, they did some new things that kind of make no sense. It's like you got a court reporter up there and somebody, hey, it's a TV show. What are they doing? Right? It's like, okay, they must be some family members. They're getting paid, right? Whatever. And then she talks to some young lady at the end. I'm like, that must be your granddaughter. Got her started making some, hey, see how people with money? This is how they do it. And I'm not sure. This is just my guess. Okay. I'm not saying I don't know for sure, but it just seemed like the logical thing to do. Okay. Start your family off right into how to make the money, how to do it. Just, man, it's like, think about it. When you get out of the debt matrix, and this is a good like lead up show, right? When you get out of the debt matrix, and you own a business, do you think you're going to come on Judge Judy or let one of your customers bring you on Judge Judy to get back a couple $100 from you and your business? Are you going to come all the way on Judge Judy? Hell no. That would never happen. Or the things, I mean, just if you listen to the things they fight about or trying to sue for on Judge Judy, that's debt slave to the fullest. All that stuff is debt slave stuff. All of it. And they know how to pick them. They probably got people that have this knowledge and go through the court cases and pick the clearly like the hardcore debt slave stuff, the files, and they say, hey, you want to be on Judge Judy? Because they know they those kind of people, they really ain't got no money, right? So whatever Judge Judy is paying them, they be like, whoa, that's a lot of money. Oh yeah, I'll come over there and pay. I think, because if you really think about it, I know I'm going way deeper in this, but listen, okay, this is what you can see when you're debt free. God, it just came to my mind. Now remember, the people that come on Judge Judy clearly have no money. Right? And then say like they get a judgment of $5,000. Judge Judy says, okay, judging for the defendant or whatever, $5,000. You clearly see that person ain't got no $5,000. I think the show is paying that. Because just because she renders a judgment, that person ain't got $5,000. They're never going to get that money. So you're going to come all the way on Judge Judy to get a fake judgment. I think that's how they pay them. They say, if you come on our show, and this is a guess, okay? This is just my opinion. You come on our show, we'll pay your judgment. You see what I'm saying? Because they ain't got the money. It's just, man. Because I used to always say, how much they pay these people to come on this show? Why would they come? Just to get some money and a fake judgment? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just guessing, right? Maybe they are doing it for the money, and they know the judgment, and the judgment don't mean nothing because the person ain't got the money anyway. Who knows? Because I know the new show, she goes up to like 10,000 now. I'm like, 10,000. Oh my God. Anyway, that's my Judge Judy rant. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening. Have a good one. Later.